Hey guys, what's happening? This is Forgo Nation. Today we're going to talk about Sabretooth. Now aesthetically, I can't say this guy looks awesome. He looks kind of... well, his face kind of reminds me of Mr. Hyde from Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde from League of Extraordinary Gentlemen with Sean Connery. I don't know if any of you guys ever seen that movie, but this dude looks like him, which is kind of funny to me. And I like the claws, the accentuated claws. Those are pretty cool looking. The uniform is kind of plain Jane. I don't know. There's a whole lot other better unis to give him. But as far as the power of this thing is a big jump from what he was, guys. Now, it's not all roses and sunshine, but man, this thing is way stronger than what it was. And we'll talk about that in a sec. But let's go through the build. He has 21,400 physical attack. He has max attack speed, 32 crit rate, 157 critical damage. These are very low stats, guys. Very low. He does get some crit rate from his third skill. And he has 46% ignore defense. If this was maxed out to 50%, it would help him do a little bit more damage. So when you're watching this run, keep all this in mind, guys. These are some really low stats. And he has max skill cooldown. All of his gears are at 20, so that's another thing. He is level 70, but I could take this first gear up to 25, which would help his damage. I could equip some Urus, which would really help his damage. And if you take a look at all the skills, they're all at 6, and let's go ahead and take a look at the uniform effect here. Now, when it comes to the uniform effect, from the beta, they freaking Netmarble nerfed this guy. He did have a 10% all attack buff. If I remember correctly, I think it was 10%. Why in the hell they took that off of him is beyond me. Like, is it going to make that big of a difference to have a 10% all attack? Is that going to break the game and make this guy just such a powerhouse that he's going to be destroying everybody? I don't think so, guys. 10% isn't that much. I mean, it's just kind of silly to me. Why even put it on there in the beta if you're just going to remove it whenever he comes into the actual update? It is nice. They kept the chain hit damage. That's cool. That'll help his damage a bit. Now, all they changed was his third skill. And all this, the attack buff, the all speed, the crit rate buff is the exact same from his base kit. But there's a couple little changes to it. One, it has a charge on it. Two, it's got the all defense down that stacks up to 75%, which is amazing. And that immunity, if you charge it, will go all the way up to 7 seconds. Sorry, buddy, not right now. So let's preview the skill. So his survivability is actually better than what it was before. Now the 5, the 4, the 2, and the 1 are all the same. The 3 is the only difference. Now if you just tap the 3, you just get your little 4-second immunity and he does a little slash. You hold it a second, right there. Then he does a little charge and he gets a little bit more. Well, let me look at that again. Yeah, he gets a 5-second immunity. But when you hold it down for a longer period of time, boom! He leans back and does a roar. He gets a 7-second immunity. And after he does that slash at the end of the skill, he gets the all defense down. And that is a bit of a pain sometimes. Because this skill takes so long to charge, and then the animation afterwards, and you're waiting for that all defense down to hit, and then you're trying to get your fifth skill in afterwards. So the rotation... and that makes it kind of tricky, guys. So let's go up here where we got a little pile of guys here. So you start off with a 5 in your fight. As soon as the X shows up, boom, hit your 3. Charge it all the way up. Let this thing play completely out. And when he slashes down, hit your 5th skill. That way you get your all defense down on your 5th skill with your damage proc. That is it, guys. All you're using is 2 skills. He's very simple to play, but... I can promise you, if you had immunity to snare on him, you're going to see in my run that the tornadoes will catch me. Even when you got that immunity up, you can still get, it kind of wobbles you around a little bit and takes you out of the charge. So you won't be able to finish your animation on the third skill and get your all defense down, which is kind of a pain in the rear. And because he doesn't have super armor, when you're sitting here charging like this, he can get guard broken, and if he gets guard broken before he goes in that iframe, you just lost all of that. You won't get the all defense down, and you'll lose all the damage. Now, you will take damage, and that does kind of work in his favor in a way, because what happens is his passive kicks into gear. And back up here. Ah, crap, I hate it when I do that. Get back in here. Come on now. Oh, that happens to me all the time. But his passive kicks into gear. No, not this one. Let's go down here. This one. And that's whenever he takes a little damage. He gets below 99% of HP. He gets an all defense down that applies for 10 seconds. It stacks up to 55%. So if you do get hit, and you do get guard broken when you're doing a 3, or the tornadoes get a hold of you, you'll still be able to get your all defense down. It just won't be 75%. But what you're trying to do is you want to, well, honestly, guys, I don't try to do it. But when you're doing, you just really want that 75% because, well, it's more all defense down. If you can stack the 75% with the 55%, that's even more amazing. But he's a little tricky to play because of it. Let's finish the build. He has a stage 6 Power of Angry Hawk set. And he has this immunity to stun, poison damage, which is doing jack for him with a 200% damage proc. And I'm not getting no crit rate, no crit damage. The damage proc is good on this obelisk. But I really wish that was at least immunity to snare. Man, he'd be a whole lot smoother to play. Or if it had immunity to guard break, you wouldn't get guard broken. I mean, these things really affect your damage because you're not able to get your all defense down from the 3rd skill. Now, the thing about Sabretooth, guys, is he's a crystal wall character. So you're going to either have to go into so let's go into here. Go into the store. You're going to have to go into the character upgrades. And they got these on sale right now. It's on discount. But you're going to have to buy these things. Is it worth it? Is he worth it? And to be completely honest, guys, he's really going to shine with a CTP of Rage. But who wants to put a CTP of Rage? People are going to put CTPs of Rage on other characters that they're prioritizing for World Boss. Sabretooth is an amazing character, guys. He's strong as hell. He is. With this new uniform, he is strong. But the fact that he's a Crystal Wall character will really limit people if they really want to buy the uniform. So Netmarble really needs to step it up. I think if they'd made that all defense down at the very beginning of the skill and then gave him some super armor, I think that would entice people a whole lot more to want to buy him. But I mean, it's really up to you guys whether or not you want to queue that up. But he is a whole lot stronger, guys. Like, seriously. So let's get into the action and let's rock and roll. Okay, guys, so here we are, and we're going to be using Crescent for her 60% attack buff for combat characters, and we're going to be using Shuri for her 45% damage out of supervillains and her 35% decreased damage received from supervillains to help Sabretooth's tankiness a little bit. And it's pretty simple, guys. I mean, you're just hitting the 5, starting off with that, and as soon as he goes in the X, you'll hit the 3, let the 3 play completely out, slashes down, hit the 5, just like right there. And you can see, guys, that he's strong. This is stage 55. And I did some test runs with him with his base kit, and he was doing stage 50 before. So he did a 5-stage jump by equipping this uniform. That is a big jump. And you seen what happened right there. I got guard broken. I lost my 3rd skill. I didn't get the all defense down from it. And that hurt our damage. And it really does make him kind of annoying. But man, when you hit it, he's awesome, guys. But it just sucks when you're charging up, you're just kind of waiting around and hoping that you don't get guard broken or hoping a tornado doesn't run into you and kind of spin you around a little bit. You'll see it in this run. So we're going to hit our 5. And usually if they get me in the 3 and they catch me, they approximate guard breaks me or whatever, then I just wait for the 3 to get about 4 seconds left on the cooldown, and then I go back into the 5th skill. And the reason I cut it off right at the X of the 5th skill, I know that's not the end of the skill, but once he goes into that X, there really isn't that much damage. It's really when he's slicing back and forth across the screen is really when he's doing a frickin' ton of damage. I mean, look at this, guys. We're not even 2 minutes into this, and he's taking her down to the 9th bar. That's pretty damn awesome, guys. Seriously. I mean, we do have Thanos and Silver Surfer for their 12% damage dealt to supervillains that they're offering as striker bonuses. We do have Weapon Hex for 100% all defense down. We got Shirag for a 10% damage dealt to supervillains. And we got War Machine for his 10% damage dealt to supervillains. And, I mean, it really is impressive how strong he is now. I mean, I can't lie, man. And with the Rage, he would be even stronger. Now, if you guys would like to see what he can do with the Rage, let me know. If you would like to see what he can do with the Rage, let me know. I'll queue that up for you. But I just don't think that most players are going to want to put a Rage on this guy because most players don't have a ton of Rages lying around. But it doesn't mean that he's not awesome with a damage proc. He is, guys. I mean, this is pretty awesome. I'm pretty impressed with his damage. Now, we're just going to go 4 minutes into this fight. I don't want to finish it because I'm trying to get them speed books from Corvus. But I just wanted to show you guys how strong old boy is now. I mean, man, he is powerful. He's got some serious damage. It's pretty crazy. I mean, if you can take some damage and get that 55% all defense down combined with the 75% all defense down from his third skill, man, you can just watch that bar. Her bars just go bye-bye. It really is pretty impressive how strong he is. You know, but seriously, if you guys do have him, if you're going to play with him with damage proc, I'd recommend putting immunity guard break on him. I think it would make him a whole lot smoother to play. And we got to switch, get out of there. Ooh, I was pushing it there, pushing it. We're down to the 5th bar. We got 1 minute and 25 seconds left, guys. He can definitely clear this. No problem. We just lost Shuri. Sorry to see you go, girl. Yeah, man. So freaking, man, he's strong. He is strong. So, do I think the uniform's worth it? Yeah, if you love Sabretooth, absolutely. I definitely think it's worth it. You can keep the damage proc where it belongs. No problem, guys. As long as you follow this rotation that I've shown you, or maybe do something of your own liking. But you can definitely keep the damage proc where it belongs. I mean, if you notice, guys, I've kept it pretty much on target throughout the entire fight. So, guys, let me know what you think about Sabretooth. And I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you for watching. Y'all take care and have a good one.